delighted to be here today. I presume that many of you have heard of Facebook, but not everyone knows a whole lot about us. So the number one thing we think about at Facebook is innovation. And currently we're a little over 1 billion people coming to Facebook on mobile. And so that is exciting because it gives us like a whole scale that we can drive global innovation on that we didn't have, a few years ago. So a couple of dimensions that we're thinking actively about is how do we get the next 5 billion people that are not connected to the internet online? And then the second piece, which might be more relevant for China, is we've got over 1 billion people on Facebook, but we've got over 200 billion connections between people on Facebook. And we've got even more connections between people and the things they care about. It might be the jobs they have, the sports teams they follow, the towns they grew up in. And so this can be the foundation for the knowledge economy that we think we can build over the next decade. So a lot of innovation to come. Yesterday I spoke at Vaughan, and Premier Li Keqiang was there, and he was talking about the two biggest priorities for the Chinese government, being economic growth and integration with the rest of Asia and the world. And so I thought I would just call out 4 examples today about how China is helping with, how Facebook is helping China with those 2 objectives. This is a page from Facebook for one of my favorite Chinese game developers. So Facebook is working with thousands of different developers based in China to help them reach an audience around the world and make money from that audience. And the thing that excites me about Fun Plus is they created the game on Facebook with the highest retention rate. And the reason that that is exciting is if you think of Chinese developers building an experience that is literally the best experience available on Facebook around the world, that is really exciting about what the future can bring for development out of China to the rest of the world. WholesaleDress.net is a specialty, what shall I call it, apparel and jewellery retailer. They use Facebook to reach customers around the world. And they are a great partner to us. They experimented with turning all of their other marketing off in different countries and testing how well Facebook worked relative to every other vehicle they use to reach customers. What they found is that Facebook is the #1 way for them to reach their customers outside China. And so we're working with hundreds of other businesses, exporters, like WholesaleDress.net, to build their businesses outside China, exporting valuable things. I talked a little bit about what we're doing on Open Compute platform, and Hugo Barra is coming up next. This is an example. Facebook grew up as a software company, and what we're doing here is applying lessons around the open source work we've done in software to hardware. We said, as we are now one of the biggest builders of data centers around the world to support our growth. And we looked at what was happening up 3 years ago when we got started with this initiative, and companies were not collaborating. They were basically building their own data centers and not really sharing best practices. And what we said is, we think that the open source software approach is going to be much more efficient because the world needs to invest billions of dollars to build out the data center infrastructure to support the knowledge economy. And we can make it much more efficient. And it turned out we were right. So we benchmarked our first designs against the least capacity that we were using prior, and we found that we saved 38%. We used 38% less efficiency, 38% less energy. We've saved over $1 billion in the last 3 years, and we've open sourced all of our designs around data centers and servers and other things, now being used by companies like Alibaba and Baidu. to make their data centers more efficient. So this is an exciting way for China to catch up on this technology with what is happening in Silicon Valley. And then lastly, a personal favorite, right? I'm always really happy to come to China. I love spending time here. And there are so many amazing sort of cultural and like geographic wonders in China that the rest of the world doesn't know about. 2 days ago, we met with the tourism board from the Sichuan province. And this is an example of some of their work on Facebook, a ambassador program, to tell people about the pandas in Chengdu. And this stuff works. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a trip to Alaska. And I posted a bunch of pictures and videos on Facebook. I know that at least 10 of the people that saw my videos and pictures will be going to Alaska directly as a result of what they saw I posted on Facebook. And so, we want to help tourism agencies in China tell the rest of the world about the fabulous things in China that are really not that well understood. I can talk about one of my personal favorites, which is the Zhangjiajie Mountains. And this is a place I want to go. I want to get on Facebook and I want to put pictures up to tell the rest of the world about. And I think there are so many examples like this where we can promote China to the rest of the world. So thank you, and I look forward to your questions later.